Now, when I left Fox News, I began, man, cut back a little bit. I got the website, very successful. I run it. There's nobody telling me what to do here. It's hard work, but it's not backbreaking work. It's more, this kind of work. And then other stuff started coming in. I'm the best-selling nonfiction author in history, in American history. Nobody has sold more nonfiction books than me. We have 17 million copies in print, killing series through the roof. But the hardest labor for me ever was the United States of Trump, how the president really sees America. That was the most laborious project I have ever undertaken. And why it was so difficult was I didn't have a co-author. Martin Dugard helped me out on research, but I wrote every word. I write the killing books in conjunction with Marty, so it's a partnership. But here, every word is mine. But that's not what the real hard part of it was. All the research I was getting from Marty and everybody else was bogus. It wasn't true. And I say that in the introduction of the book. So it starts to funnel in. I'm looking at it and I'm going, I've known this guy for 30 years. It doesn't ring true to me. I had to report the book as well as write the book. I had to go to everybody. No anonymous sources. So I had to get them all on the record, and a lot of people didn't want to go on the record, so I didn't use them. But I got enough people close to President Trump that I think you'll see that you'll get information from this book you never heard before. But it was really a bear to write it. It really was hard work. And there were times I going, okay, I got to do the website. We got a growing radio phenomenon called the O'Reilly Update. We're approaching 200 affiliates in less than 6 months, unheard of. The thing is just exploding. We'll soon be on in New York City. We just signed a deal with Boston. I mean, it's San Diego's got us, Charlotte's got us, Baltimore's got us, Atlanta's got us. Everybody's got us. This time next year, it's going to be, 400 stations? And good, it's good. But I got a good staff. It's not hard work, it's this work. But this Trump book was hard work. And I'm saying to myself, when I was writing it, in between the bad words, because I had to change so many, this isn't true, that's not true, the person isn't telling, it's exaggerating, whatever it may be. Okay, I'm saying to myself, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I got 2 more killing books, one's already written. Do I really need this Trump book? And financially, I didn't need it, but I am so appalled at what is happening in this country. I am so angry with all, fake news. Okay, it's just untrue. Most of the stuff surrounding Donald Trump. Interestingly enough, some of the stuff that people praise him for isn't true. It's not all the negative stuff. Some of the stuff that people, like People Magazine, for example, said good about him, not true. So I'm sitting there going, all right. So I did it, and I really worked hard on it. And I delivered it on time, very important for an author. The editing process wasn't much because we edited pretty severely ourselves. That's always what we do, so that the publisher didn't have to do a lot of work. And I'm very, very proud of the book. Now, I'm going to get killed. You're going to hear smears, O'Reilly this, O'Reilly that. We're prepared for it. I've got my attorneys lined up. The publisher's going to help out, all of that. But we know, because the Trump book doesn't slaughter the president, that the Trump haters are going to try to discredit the book and me. Now, they've been successful before. I don't think they're going to be successful this time. We're going to fight back. But I hope that doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't happen. I'm not relishing that. All right? I don't want that confrontation. What I want is honest Americans. Buy the book, read the book, and then tell me what you think. If you have any questions at all, I'll answer them on the spot. We're going to do some media. We're not going to do the dishonest media. Not going to do it. But I'll be around. You'll see me. On the O'Reilly Update on the radio, we'll be doing a bunch of stuff. We're going to do 4 shows. We're going to do Phoenix. We're going to do Boston. We're going to do Long Island. And we're going to do Palm Springs, California. Those shows are successful. Shows are called Understanding Trump. If they're successful, I'll do more. So we're going to get the word out. It'll be interesting to see how many people really want the truth about Donald Trump, who he is and how he did it. How he did it. Because it's a stair step. Once you start the ride, you're not going to want to get off it. The few people who have read the book in advance, all of them say, couldn't put it down. Stayed up all night. And a lot of the killing books are like that. I gave it to some people who despise Donald Trump. I gave the book, just a few. They didn't like it. They didn't like the book. It's not that they didn't like the storyline or the writing, or they just don't like it because they don't like him. And because it doesn't go into trying to hurt him, they don't like it. Now, they told me that in varying ways. It was amusing to hear it. I was just happy they read the book. Doesn't matter to me, all right? But I did an experiment. I gave it to some people who love Trump, and I gave it to some people who despise Trump. Not many. One guy who loves Trump said, "Oh, you really want to go that deeply into his father?" And I said, yeah. Fred Trump was the biggest influence on Donald Trump. By far. Nobody even comes close. And Fred Trump's story is fascinating. And how he and Donald Trump interacted is an amazing piece of history. I don't think I've ever covered a president whose father, maybe with the exception of John F. Kennedy, whose father shaped him the way that Fred Trump shaped Donald Trump. When you read it, you're going to go, whoa. If you care. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't care about the truth, about their country, about anything. And I can't help them. I'm not here for them. I'm here for you, people who care. All right? So I want you to read The United States of Trump, and I want you to be tough on me if you see something you don't understand or you don't like. You're not going to be able to say it's wrong. You're not going to be able to do that. Everything in the book is rock solid. And I insisted that the publisher pay three different proofreaders and fact checkers, all of whom had different views of life, and they didn't interact. They don't know each other. Because I don't want anything in this book that's not true. And it was interesting to see their reactions. The far left guy that we hired, and I wanted to hire a far left guy, he came back with no criticisms about the facts at all, none. But he came back with all this ideology. And I'm going, there's no ideology in the book. It's not about ideology. There's no ideology in the book. There's no liberal conservative in the book. It's a history book. It's like killing Lincoln. No ideology in killing Lincoln. It's about Lincoln, not politics. There is some politics in the Trump book because of Hillary Clinton. A lot of it on her and him interacting. They were buds at one time. Hillary and Don were like this. It's hysterical.